I'm not done searching. And I said, this man, I said, let's just let him go. I said, if you've looked and you haven't found it, let him go. And he said, but I know it's here. And I said, let him go.
Yeah.
And so he was like, whatever, fine. I mean, I actually had a little bit of seniority on him. So I pulled the seniority card and I was like, it's time to go. So we got back to the police department. He was fit to be tied. And he was just like, why'd you pull me off that traffic stop? This, that, and the other. And I said, he was going to shoot us. I said, he was like, how do
Okay.
you know that? And I said, I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. I said, but he was sizing you up. He was sizing me up. He was looking for his out. I said,
Hmm.
you didn't pat him down. He was holding his waist. Like
Yeah.
everything was set up for failure. It's either let him go. He will get got eventually. Okay. It might not be by us, but he will get got eventually.
Yeah.
Count your losses. We both went home today. That's what's important.
That's
We,
that's a that's a very smart move on your behalf
yeah,
because it's
it was
you just
not,
don't know. Like that's what I just told that story. Like you don't know.
you don't.
This poor officer thought he was just pulling me over for swerving, and could have been the
Mhm.
last day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of, we call it tombstone courage, in law enforcement, like where they have just yes, it is 8158. This was the last one. It's tombstone courage where you just have to get him. You just have to get the bad guy, come what may. And that's no way to police at all. And I've always said that, like, policing is my job. It's not my life. My husband is my life. My kids are my life. God is my life. This job, they could fire me at any point in time for any reason because Arkansas is an at-will state. They don't have to give me a reason. They could just say, "Hey, Christian, we don't want you here anymore," and terminate me. If policing was my life, then what was it for? What did I do all this stuff for? Like, what did I pour myself into it for? Policing is my job. It is not my life.
Right. But there is police officers out there that think otherwise. You know what I mean? They
Yes,
go to
there
that
is.
next. They go to that next level, and that's the ones that suck because those are the ones that put your guys' lives even further in jeopardy because they're not. The criminals aren't thinking like that. They think everybody's the same. When you hear all these people f the police and stuff like that, it's because a handful of cops have either let them down or they represent the wrong thing. That's the truth behind it.
Yeah,
They
and that's what we had talked about last time for the people in the
right.
chat is that one of my biggest pet peeves is officers who look at people, felons, like it's a disease. I hate that. Like, oh, you're a felony. That's contagious. You can't sit with us.